Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 17th of August, 2025. Marvellous. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned to you with a fragrance rotation video. And this week has been hot. Hot, hot. Well, I say hot. I do realise some of you people live in America, and some of you live in Europe. Some of you even live down south in Britain. And where I am from, it's been above average. And that is hot. That is hot. There's been a heat wave, the fourth heat wave we've had in Britain this year. That's too many. We can't be dealing with this. Fucking global warming. It's coming for us, friends. It's coming for the northerners. The northerners will go first. We can't be losing out the northerners. Then you'll be stuck with southerners. Oh no. Anyway, the heat's been outrageous. And I have taken the opportunity, because there has been scant opportunity. It's been a weird old summer. While there has been 4 heat waves, that's literally the only warmth we've had. So it's been like 3 days, 4 times of heat each time. This week has been above average most days, you know. Oh, the pain and suffering it has caused me. But I have got to wear my hot weather fragrances, I was getting a little bit anxious. I'm not going to lie to you. I was getting a little bit anxious because I thought, fucking hell, I'm not going to get to wear these. And I always like to pair my fragrances with what the weather's like, in the mainly, you know. So, allow me to introduce to you the fragrance I wore on Monday. And on Monday, I wore Portugal by Creed. Yes. This is beautiful. I love this stuff. You can see the dent I've put in it. I've had it for quite a while now. Do I want to say 7, 8 years? This bottle in particular, I want to say about 7 years, yeah. Maybe 8. God, it's 2025, isn't it? Ooh. Time. Stop that. This is one of the best sort of bergamot openings I've smelled, because it's round and juicy. It's not bitter. It's not like astringent. It's almost something a little bit like, dare I say it, pineapple juice. It's got some kind of juicy, slightly syrupy quality to it. Underneath that, there is an absolutely glorious lavender. One of the best renderings of lavender as well. I don't think I've reviewed this, so maybe I will. Maybe I will review this. Like I said the same thing about Cartier Roadster a couple of weeks ago, and then I ended up reviewing that. So perhaps I'll stick this in the bank to be reviewed before the end of the summer, which isn't long now. I think it's about 2 weeks according to my calendar, which is not the same as other people's calendars. After the lavender in this fragrance comes that trusty musk, ambergris, sandalwood dry down that Creed perfected back in the day, and which they have utterly abandoned these days. I'm actually going to buy a sample of Oudzarian off someone, and I'm going to review it. And the person who's selling us it was actually like, I made it shite. So we'll see how it goes. But he was into the vintage Creeds as well. So hopefully it won't be that bad. Hopefully. Okay. Next up on Tuesday, clearly I was thinking about the classics, because on Tuesday I wore this. Guerlain's Vetiver. This is my favourite iteration of the Vetiver. This is the re-release from 2000. I did a Guerlain Vetiver comparison video where I compared a number of the different versions in different bottles with each other, and I came to the conclusion I like this one. This one's quite dry, and it's really good for humid weather. I could have worn this today actually, because there's quite a bit of moisture in the air. There often is in Britain because it's an island, you know. It's an island, and the water vapor gets everywhere. It makes the heat weird. But this is quite fresh. It's quite dry. It's still got the tobacco in. It's still got the nutmeg in, but there's quite a large amount of like neroli. There's quite a large amount of neroli in here, something I've been getting a lot more as I've been working my way through this bottle, and it makes it quite, because of the association neroli has with like Italian colognes, it's got that kind of dry Italian cologne thing going on, and I'm seeing a different perfume from it recently, and I'm really enjoying it. I've been really enjoying it. I do believe this fragrance can be worn anytime. Any weather, anytime. There is not a bad time to wear this fragrance. I like wearing it when it's a little bit humid, but if I wanted to pull it out when it was snowing, it would work as well. Like I said, this is my favourite version. The older versions have much more tobacco and a lot of nutmeg in. Nutmeg is a fragrance. Nutmeg is a note which will make a fragrance smell very vintage because it was used in so much more perfumes years ago, you know, in the 80s, 70s, in lots of classics as well. So let's move on. Let's move on to a perfume that is not a vintage classic, but is fantastic. And it's made by Chanel. It is made by Chanel. And this is Paris Beeritz. This is very cologne-like. Lots of, I'm going to say this, lots of nondescript citrus, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't get a lot of kind of a particular kind of, it's more like a melange. I get a little bit of grapefruit that sticks out. Maybe it's a little bit of like a tangerine-y thing, but the rest is more like a punch, you know, like lots of like fruits bobbing up and down and stuff. There's probably some kind of lemon and bergamot sort of thing in there too. Lots of white florals. Again, the neroli's in there. Neroli is very good for summer when it's hot. It invokes the old Italian colognes, and then it's kind of like it's got that white floral musk base, which is quite common, ubiquitous in perfumes, but it's brilliant for what it is. Again, I've put a huge dent in this, but you can't just lavish this stuff all over yourself. Just spray it all over. That said, the fucking sprayers are a bit shit, you know? Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Okay, next up. Thursday, I wore something by the same house, but a completely different kind of perfume. This is Pour Monsieur EDP by Chanel. Unfortunately, the EDT, while I do like the smell of it, smells terrible on me. Absolutely awful. And that is a shame. The lemon in the EDT turns to bleach upon my skin. As soon as it touches my skin, it's like, oh, no, stop that. This was originally released as Cologne Concentrate, and it has it really changed? It has a little bit. It's not quite as thick as it used to be. This was then re-released in, I want to say 2014, 2016, 2015, around then. There's some vanilla in here, which means that I wouldn't wear this when it's like really hot, you know, but it can do it. Again, some nutmeg, lavender, get a lot of lavender from this. And a lemon, which very strangely doesn't turn to bleach on my skin. Doesn't turn. Weird how the EDT does, but the EDP doesn't. I wonder if it's the same material, or... Well, I'm not a perfumer. If I was, I suppose I would know the answer. But that one, a lot nicer on my screen. A lot nicer in general. Oh, a lot nicer in general. Excuse me. Okay. If you remember before I said the bergamot in Portugal was not sharp or astringent or clear, like clean. The bergamot in this next fragrance is very clear, very clean. And this is a Scallan Indonesia. This is one of Les Indomables' cologne-like perfumes. It's very fresh, very sea breeze with the ambergris, got real ambergris in it. Lots of lemon bergamot at the top, which is sharp, it is citric, it is quite rindy in that kind of way. And then, again, there is neroli in the mid. And there is a theme going on here. Now, I don't like neroli as the main player or on its own or when it's too much, because I'm not a big white floral fan. But neroli is fantastic in conjunction with other notes in a perfume. This is relatively cheap, Les Indomables. It's about 120, 130 quid the last time I checked. I got mine from Saint-Celier. And it's zesty. It is fresh. I get quite good performance from it, actually. It's a little bit dry. It's a little bit salty. It's a little bit citric, a little bit sharp. But it's fantastic. I get about 4 to 5 hours out of it. And when you're getting 100 ml for about 130 quid, it's a lot better than a lot of other perfumes that you'll pay a lot more for and get less, such as Tom Ford Private Blends. 300 odd quid for a 50 ml. Fucking despicable, like. What the fuck happened there? Anywho, yesterday, I wore Tuscany per Uomo. I think this is a vintage bottle. I got it from a Nuge. And this is, again, big lemon, bergamot, lavender, lots of lavender. There's a little bit of anise in here, so it's kind of similar to Smalto Pour Homme in that way. I think Smalto Pour Homme may be it's not a clone, because they are different. They are quite different, actually, but there are some overlapping features. Both Italian kind of men's perfumes sort of thing, but there is some anise in here, bergamot, lavender. This one's got something a little bit sharp. I suppose it's like the bergamot again, being a little bit citric. Lemon, again, more lemon. Notes that I have historically not cared for, but I do have a number of perfumes in that I quite like when they're in it, But this is like an oak moss leather base. And how can that possibly work in the summer? I don't know, but this pulls it off. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. This pulls it off. This is a little bit green. It's more like got hues of green rather than being a green perfume. There's lots of lavender, smoky lavender. A little bit of leather. Well, the leather didn't come out that much on me. Not yesterday, anyway. If I haven't reviewed this, I will do as well. And you can see I've put a decent little dent in that. This is something I've realised when I've sold off quite a bit of perfumes. I'm actually starting to put dents in the perfumes now, Obviously, time goes by, and as you use them, you put dents in them. But how many times have you seen videos of people talking about perfumes when they're just like, like you wouldn't know that they'd like actually sprayed them, you know? This is a living, breathing collection. I like to use it. And on the subject of dents, my scent of the day is this, Cologne Royale. Look at the dent in that. That is a big dent. Now, this is not a perfect cologne. It's not a perfect perfume. But again, this is nondescript citrus at the top. Neroli and musk. That's what it is. It's very simple. I have reviewed it. I really enjoy this, find it very easy to wear, and I love the feeling of just being able to spray this with that big Dior spray and just cover yourself as much as you want because you've got 250 mils. This was the first I bought from this line, and I really, really enjoy it. Anyway, that's my fragrance rotation, friends. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you soon.